Happy New Year, guys, and welcome to 2024. I'm Carl, this is D7R TV, and this will be another series, not MX5 related, mind, but this time we bring you the DC2. What are you doing with a DC2, Carl? That's what some of you may ask, but if you know our company well and have followed us for the last 5-6 years, know that we have restored a fair few of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a walk around video. We're going to show you what to look out for when you're going to buy one of these cars, because they're expensive, like ridiculously expensive. JDM tax yo and all that. And to show you that quite clean looking examples like this one here, which has been partly stripped by the customer, ready to have quite a substantial amount of weld repair work. And we're going to show you and debunk the rust-free theory. These cars cost about £6 for a rolling shell, because they're worth more in parts some of the time, but not all the time. This one's being restored to semi-original, and we're going to show you what to look out for when you buy one. A bit like the MX5 videos, and if you want to see them, go back and have a look through the ones we've done previously, and you'll get the idea of what we're going to show you on this car and what to look out for, how to repair it and all that jazz. Winning! So here we are. JDM, also known as the Japanese domestic market Honda Integra DC2. There's a UK DM or EDM, or I don't know if you call it the ADM for the American variants, but this is, in my opinion, the better looking one. She hasn't got a makeup on at the minute, she's got no face on, but these are the ones with the big slanty, long headlamps, a bit like the rear lamps on the front, and not the, I call them the boggly-eyed ones, the UK ones with the quad headlamps. So this car has been restored before. You can't tell on this video because it's championship white. It hides some imperfections very well, but the paintwork's rough as a badger's arse in my opinion. So she's having a full respray. Whether that's something that we sort out or the custom sorts out, we'll get there at some point, but that's not important at the minute. But what's important is the rust-free theory and where they go. This is a JDM model, as I mentioned, and the Japanese don't underseal their cars because they heat the roads, which is clever. The UK needs to follow suit, but as you can see, the front slam panel and some of the chassis leg has got a fair bit of surface rust on to start with. It's quite thick metal, so that can be treated and stripped back and all that good stuff. When you're buying one of these cars, and if you're going to buy one which is complete, you're probably going to be looking from anywhere between 7 and 17 grand maybe for the really nice ones. Really low mileage ones can fetch like whatever you want to pay for one. I've seen some fetch 25 grand, which is ridiculous, but this one doesn't look too bad. And if you're paying big money for one of these cars, the first thing you want to ask them is, will you remove the sill covers, side skirt, sill cover, whatever you want to call it, because you want to see what the sills look like, because then it gives you a general idea if the car's been worked on before or what it's hiding. If you can't get underneath it, this one's had the arches rolled, but they're not really rolled, they're just sort of like cut the lip off, which I see a lot. From what I see, the rear bumper, all that section, from what I can see, you're not going to see that if you're going to pay like 10 grand plus for one. No one's going to rip the rear bumper off. But you want to look out for rust along this area here, rust down the side of here. They go everywhere. Floors, or where the rear trailing arms go, where the bushes sit, all them places. But I'll get it on the ramp and show you what this is like underneath, because yeah, what you don't see won't hurt you until you see it. The paint's lifted a bit here, it's been painted damp or whatever, but this isn't an awful one to look at on the outside. There's a little bit going here. Inner flitches, from what you can see, is an area where you want to have a look at. But yeah, as far as the eye can see, if this was complete, you'd probably pay decent money for one of these. So the customer's got a long-term plan and he's allowed me to film these videos and bring them to you guys. So you can thank him for that. From what I can see here, where the rubber's gone on the, from around the roof, it's starting to go around the roof. You're probably gonna not see that because there's a trim and a rubber seal which goes around here. You want to check down inside these little channels here. There's a little bit more rust on the roof there. But overall, she looks pretty presentable, apart from the black bumper, which is no biggie because it's getting painted anyway. But she's fairly straight, and that can only be a good thing. But as I said in the MX-5 videos, when I've shown you clean ones of them and I've restored them, they're here for a reason. And looks can be deceiving. And these cars are deceive merchants, should I say. That's probably not the right word to look for, but yeah, they hide stuff very well, as most Jap cars do. So let's get her on the ramp and see what she's packing underneath. Right then guys, lift off. Here she is, in the air. And this is what to look out for. So you check all the chassis rails for any holes. This one's a bit crispy, but it's not too bad. But oh, what do we have here? We have some rust in the floor. All up here. More rust in the floor. This is where this section here is like the start of the back seats. Below the back seats, under the carpet. You've got all this section here where your jacking points are. Your sills behind that. And the flitches, they all tend to go all around there. Over to the other side. Same again, it's crispy around here. This section usually rots out. And this isn't just about DC2s, the Civic chassis are the same. Or very, very, very close. So if you're familiar with Honda Civics, EGs, EKs, they're pretty much the same chassis. Del Sols as well, the little CRXs. Not up there. I don't know if you can see up there, they go up here as well. You can probably see that when you're underneath the car, if you're going to look at one. Check the boot floor, rear chassis rails. This one's quite crispy, but surprisingly not as bad as some of them that we repaired. Check that these tabs are still on, because they're right at the bottom of the boot. There's a bit there that needs sorting out, stripping back. Maybe cutting out and welding. I don't know if you can see up there behind the bumper. There's a bit there that needs sorting out. Boot floor again. So this ain't too bad. I'll know more when I take the bumper off. But when you go to view one, you want to take these sill covers off. And there's 6 plastic screws with a little posi drive head on. They usually break, but there's about 3 in this one. So you remove them, and they're all in little recesses here across there. There's 6 aside. Then you should have, they've been removed, 2 posi heads, they're metal ones in the front of here. I'm sure there's 2, maybe 1. It's been a few months since I've done my last one. But yeah, check for the bottom of the doors, because they go at the bottom of the doors. And what I'll do now is if I get my trusty little rubber mallet, and you've took all the screws out, just give them a bit of a tap, and they should pop off, in theory. But if not, it might be another one of them. We'll come back to that moment. But yeah, they tap forward. I'm probably not being brutal enough. There we go. Is she going to come off? Stuck on the ramp there. Oh, there she goes. Right, so that's it. You pop them off there. Put it down there. And you want to be looking at these sections here. That's ripe there, so that's come from inside out by the look of it. It's sodden. A bit of a water catcher in there. But this one, again, not awful. That needs replacing. Section here, they go here. They usually go up behind the bumper. Not the bumper, the wing. That don't look too bad. But yeah, it's nice to see one with original jacking points. But again, still need to be cut out because it's starting to go. And we'll have a look at the other side. So I've already took the liberty of taking the screws out, so I know to be a bit more brutal this side. There you go, off she pops. And there we have it. Rusty. And you see all the surface water that's sat in there, all down this lip. It's all sodden. Let's get this. I was right, there is 2 screws, there's one still left in there. That's no biggie, I'll whip the wheel off and get that out. But yeah, you want to have a look at that when you go and buy one. So, as I said in the MX-5 videos, I'm trying to be a cheat code and give you stuff to look out for. I mean, she's not awful, but there's still an awful amount of work to get through. And why they've cut the arch lip off, I'll never know. I mean, there's more flex than a ballerina in that one. And you don't want that, because it's just going to rot out. So yeah, so there you have it guys, DC2 Integra Type R and what to look out for when you're going to buy one. Bit different to the MX-5 ones, but same sort of principle-ish. I've shown you in depth of what to look out for: inner sills, outer sills, boot floor, chassis rails, arches. They go everywhere. Bit like Expedia, but if you get the liberty of taking the inner rear plastics out, where doors would be if it was a saloon model car, to get the gist of it. We're not there yet, so I can't show you what I'm on about. There's inner rear plastics in the quarter panels. If you can take them out, you can see inside the sills from the inside of the car, and if you see rust in there, you know that they've rotten from the inside 9 times out of 10. So there we have it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And the next videos will be tear down and how to and all that. So, winning!